Today's show is a deep dive into attacker mindsets. We'll hear from 4 experts who really know what it is to view the world through the eyes of an attacker. We'll hear from Chris Kirsch, David Kennedy, Maxie Reynolds, and Ted Harrington. Let's dive in.
Building secure infrastructure is all well and good, but if you really want to keep data safe, I think the best way to do it is to understand how people think, both the employees of a company and the people who are seeking to destroy those defenses and get past those people.
There's a lot of different things that go into it. Are you trying to emulate a nation state from a capabilities perspective, or are you looking at organized crime? There's a lot of different models you can look at. And those approaches vary based off of the sophistication of the attacker and what you're ultimately trying to go after.
With threat modeling, what you have to do is figure out all the different ways that somebody could hurt you or somebody could get to a certain goal that you want to keep them from.
Split the mindset into 2, the offensive side and the defensive side. The offensive side keeps you in that hunt mode as the attack unfolds, and it helps you identify opportunities that present themselves and exploit them.
I have to think the bad thoughts, which is I have to have that attacker mindset. I have to look at something and say, how can I break it? It's supposed to do X. Can I make it do Y?
So you typically start with defining what's important to you, and then you think backwards and say, all right, what do I need to protect from to protect that asset that I care about?
You can never be frantic or frustrated within an attack. You have to very much keep yourself together because otherwise you'll draw attention.
What was this person thinking when they were building it? What was the actual process that their mind was going through in terms of how they assumed that people would use this system?
What's the most effective route for us as an attacker to profile and target an organization to get access to our objectives? Is that profiling their external perimeter, looking for security exposures that they may not have identified? Is that going through and targeting key individuals within the organization that may have a level of access through phishing or social engineering capabilities? We're really trying to emulate what an actual attacker would do.
Once you can understand that assumption, you can now poke at the assumption and say, are there flaws in the assumption? And when you combine those two, you can find those flawed assumptions and unexpected weakness in the system. That's where these exploitable vulnerabilities live.
On today's show, we learn the value of intentionally adopting an attacker mindset and how we can use that mindset to improve the security of our organizations and our personal lives. All of that after the break.